Yeah,
take it.
Chris, so I assume that you are local. All right.
I'm international. I'm here trapped in the state where they're protesting to go back up.
I wanted to ask you about that, but I wasn't sure if the time was right. If you joined the protest or you were supporting them in any way or form. But carry on.
No, no, no. People of my hue can't run out there with guns like that.
Sir Alden, can we get I see the presentations are going to run until 6. Can we get a fixed time for hours? Because we have some client stuff we need to send out.
I completely understand and I appreciate that, Joshua. So here's what we can propose. We'll kick off the introductions. I will coordinate things in terms of calling everyone out to just introduce yourself, who you're affiliated with. And then we'll start with you, Joshua, and your presentation. Okay?
Perfect.
How about that? And then we can just continue along. So, Diopal, you're the first one in the grid. So just tell us about yourself, what you've done.
My name is Diopal Samwaro. I am currently a third year student at the University of Guyana. A thing to note is I'm very, very new at programming and website development. And I basically created a website that gives people real-time updates on the current stats of the COVID-19 cases in Guyana.
Great. I mean, if you can turn your camera on, that will make it less, disorienting. That will be wonderful.
I'm sorry about that. My
if
webcam
not,
is
then
kind of...
I guess we're gonna have to settle with it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have one close.
Thanks, Diopal.
Cool.
Christopher Clark. Who's Christopher?
See, like you have to like if you don't.
Okay, turn your camera off, Christopher.
Please do.
Alright, cool. Hey, what's up, everyone? So, Christopher here. For those of you guys who are new, I am one of the directors at Nexus Inc., as well as a director at B75 Inc. So, I assist Eldon in the execution of these initiatives and projects. Currently, I'm a PhD student in computer science and engineering at the University of Michigan, where I do collaborative research on artificial intelligence and machine learning, primarily in HCI and natural language processing. Have I technically built anything for the COVID solution? Not really. I just assisted in the coordination of it thus far.
Awesome. He's being modest. He pretty much pulled together the team for the Iris VA, that bot that we did. Awesome. Great. Tell us who you are.
So I
Trinidad here.
Chris, just I really didn't want to do it to you when you're presenting. I'm working on a few projects, some regional, with data sharing monitoring from a biotech standpoint, because a little known fact about me, I actually did a few of the labs across the region. My cousin and I actually certified them. So some of the labs that are being tested, that are testing the COVID samples, using the PSR machines, we help certify those laboratories. So the new PSR machines that are coming into regions are more digital. So like once it's a positive, negative, we could get that data into a database, and then WHO, national responsible agency, and that kind of thing. So I've been working a lot more deeply in the medical field, from like a lab tech kind of a way. But apart from that, I do write code. I'm a computer engineering student at the University of Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm here to help. And yeah,
Awesome. Suraj, LCR. Suraj, are you there? Suraj
Yeah.
Jandu? Okay, there you go.
Um, my name is Suraj Jandu. I'm currently a student at Government Technical Institute in Georgetown, studying electrical engineering, and I'm also part of the Facebook Developer Circle in Georgetown. And yeah, that's about it. From New Amsterdam, yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Welcome. Ryan, LCR.
Hello, good day. My name is Ryan. Um, I'm just a farmer of good ideas, and I'm just here to contribute and to be a servant leader to you guys and to do the best that I can to assist the process. I haven't really done too much recently, but I've mostly been traveling, so I don't think I've contributed enough to the development of Guyana, and I think that this is a perfect opportunity for me to come in and just help and farm and hopefully plant some seeds and help you guys and help everyone, and let's see where it goes from there. Thank you.
Awesome. Mohammed,
Hi, Mr. Eldon. That's just me. Nobody special.
You still
well,
have
I
to
know
introduce
you.
yourself,
I know you, but you might want to introduce yourself to everyone else, right?
All right, sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Mohammed Chand. I am the media producer for V75. Um, I do not code. You guys are the superheroes in comparison to me. I just handle the media for V75. I had tried coding once. I got stuck at Hello World, so that was it for me. So yeah, I switched to media, and that's my forte.
All right. Kanita?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kenita Roberts. I am a second year environmental science student. Um, I'm a volunteer at STEM Guyana, and what I do at STEM Guyana is basically help the kids to build robots, to code the robots, and little things like that. I'm not working on a project at the moment, but I'm hoping that this platform would somehow, kickstart my thinking and also just to help persons, give any ideas or anything in their respective projects. So that's it for me.
Awesome. Awesome. Welcome. Joshua?
Hi, team. So I'm Joshua, CEO of Techlify Inc. Techlify, we've been working quite a bit to help with the COVID situation. We work with several businesses in and around the country, and we've been helping to digitize platforms and paper-based systems and allow employees to work from home so that businesses can continue. Our main product or project that we've been working on for the COVID um, during the COVID pandemic is an e-learning platform that is already being adopted by two schools to allow teachers to teach and provide that virtual classroom experience that's synonymous to an extent with a live classroom experience. And that's what we'll also be working on for the Hacksaw to push forward that. Thank you.
Awesome. Shamar?
I think we got two Shamar in the crowd.
Shamar Moore, are we do?
Yeah, our Shamar.
Okay,
is here.
Shamar Moore, yes. Sorry for the confusion.
Hi guys, Shamar Moore here. I'm a second year computer science student and web developer at Intellect Storm, and also I'm a part of Apex GY. Currently, we're bettering the Ministry of Health, Public Health's COVID app. So I've been contributing to that lately. So that's basically me. I didn't have an opportunity to get registered as yet, but I'm just spectating at this point in time.
All right. Well, yeah. We're hoping to get you guys involved, definitely. So
Yeah.
thanks for joining us. Let's see. Floyd.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Floyd Kisun. I'm a fourth-year computer science student and a software engineer at Technify. And similar to Joshua, I've been working on the e-learning platform.
Great.
That's it for me.
All right. Sean, Gemma?
Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, and we can see you. That's good.
Okay, go ahead. I am Sean Jamot. I'm a full stack developer at V75 Inc. I've worked on numerous projects for V75. Lately, I was working on the Iris COVID bot and Clink work, which is basically US bank conversational AI, and that's about it for me. Yeah.
Awesome. STEM G, is that you, Karen?
Yeah, sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Welcome. Yes,
Thanks.
yes, we can hear you.
Thanks. I'm Karen Abrams with STEM Guyana. Our current project is the Help Guyana app, and basically what we're trying to do there is just to create a crisis management tool that wouldn't cause us to kind of scurry every time something bad happens. It's customized this time around for some of the issues that are more relevant to this COVID-19 situation, like masks, manufacturing, etc., distribution, and like the delivery services. But we have quite a few modules there. I am not the developer. I am one of the ideas people and one of the design people. So I will be popping in and out. I don't know how much value I can lend directly, but I'll try as much as I can. That's it.
All right. Thanks for being here. Who's next? Let's see. We've got like 6 minutes, so I think we're decent on time. This person does not have a name. Let's see. Who's that, Michael? Sounds like you, Michael. If you don't have if you just joined us and you haven't put in your profile name, just click on the message box and it should prompt you for a name there. I'll just skip ahead. Kenneth, could you introduce yourself?
Hi, good everyone. My name is Kenneth Paris. I am a technology mentor at V75 Nexus Hub. What I basically do, I help foster young developers and run training and consultations and mentorship to kind of help them get from where they are to where they need to be effective. So I've been on the ideation sessions with some of the solutions that we've been working with V75, and I'm here today to kind of lend an ear and a helping hand to kind of get everybody organized.
Great. I'll skip to the next one. Who's G-Day?
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Gregory Day. I'm a final year CS student. I also work as a programmer at the ministry. My job revolves mainly around database activities, querying databases and stuff like that, and minor network stuff, changing out switches and things like that. I haven't built anything for the COVID efforts just yet, so hoping to get started on that just now.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Awesome. Happy to have you.
Thanks.
All right. I'll just go through a couple more introductions and then we can kickstart the presentations. Dinath?
Hey guys, my name is Dinath Mahabir. I'm a technology developer too at V75 Inc. Specifically regarding the COVID-19 efforts, I've been a part of the Nexus Hub ICT task force that is currently managing 2 solutions. Firstly, the Iris COVID-19 virtual assistant, which is a conversational AI bot that provides citizen awareness citizen awareness capabilities such as stats, prevention methods, etc., regarding the COVID situation. And I'm also working on the a resource tracker for COVID-19. So yeah.
Great. Tristan? Tristan, are you there? Tristan Tekonda? That's the name that you chose.
That's his
Can you
name.
hear me?
Yes.
Hi, good day, everyone. My name is Tristan Ticano. I'm an aspiring web developer and entrepreneur in web development. And my aim is to help society make a difference with whatever experience I can give.
Awesome. Happy to have you. And finally, I'm going to ask Julius to introduce himself.
Hello, everybody. I am currently mobile, so if you're having difficulty hearing me, sorry about that. But I've been working with a team of developers on the MOPH COVID response app, which you probably will have heard about by now. It's got a few functions. The main one is to manage the hotline data that the MOPH collects. Secondly, we provide self-testing, or self-screening is a more appropriate name. And the difference with this is that depending on your results, you can be able to send your information directly to the health authorities for the action, and they've been doing a fairly good job so far of following up on those self-screening tests. The app also has functions for managing ports of entry, hospitals, patients in the ICU. It's quite large, but the main parts that affect or that are important to the public are the self-screening and hotline information. And of course, it's also a general information portal, providing stats day by day and graphs and everything. So yeah, we've got a lot going on there.
Awesome. So Julius, will you be able to give us a walkthrough of the system sometime soon?
I am a little way away from home, so I'm not sure.
Okay, great. Well, presentations they're scheduled to go on until around 6, unless we finish earlier.
Around
So,
6. All right, yeah, I should be available by then.
All right, great. All right, thanks. Did I miss anyone with an initiative? If you have an initiative, now's the time to say that you do, so I can introduce you, because we're going to head straight into the presentations. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is invite Joshua Kassoon to kick things off, to share his screen, and to take us through the system that he has. His particular initiative deals with a learning management realm. So that I think right now, under the circumstances we have, schools have adapted. Some schools have adapted to the remote classroom. So Joshua, without further ado, I'll ask you to just share your screen and give us a quick walkthrough. Let's say five minutes tops, and then we can have any questions.
All right, perfect. Thank you, sir. Let me just get started. Let's see if I got anything to hide first.
Got some incognito tabs open.
All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so the eClassroom platform that we've built out is an extension of a student information system that we would have built prior to this. And it has, the platform allows both students and teachers to interact with each other. So it's protected by an authentication system with permissions. And upon logging in, the teacher would see all of their subjects and live classes and so on that they have. The features of the platform enables teachers to basically perform the normal duties that they would as if they were in a class. So once they're within a subject, they can see the students and the subject, and they can also start a live class. The live class is basically a Zoom-like meeting, and we're actually using Jitsi for the live class, and it's directly integrated into the software. So once a teacher starts a live class, it's integrated directly into our app, and students that are within the class get notifications that a class have started for them. Apart from the live classes, teachers can post lessons, and our lessons application is integrated directly with Vimeo to handle video uploading and quality control of videos and compression and stuff like that. We also have a section for them to share files. There are assignments, so teachers can upload assignments, and within the students portal, the student side of the classroom platform, the students can submit assignments, and teachers can also grade assignments online. Apart from the assignments, we have an online examinations feature that allows teachers to create examinations. They can schedule the examinations. There's a full exam builder that allows them to, let me see if I can pull up one, that allows them to create and manage the questions and so on for the examination. And then once they would have done that, I don't have any records here, forgive me. Yeah, this examination becomes available for students now that are online to take the examination at the time that the teacher would have scheduled. Now, the teacher section directly integrates with the student portal. So let me log in as a student. And once a student would have logged in, this is what their dashboard looked like. And if you can remember, I started a live class for integrated science. So this student can just, let me take back the teacher to the live class. So I'm using two browsers to simulate a teacher and a student. So the student can just go ahead and join the live class. And again, we have all Jitsi features with screen sharing and video calls, audio, and everything inbuilt into the student portal. Apart from that, students can access the assignments. They can submit assignments online. They can access the files. And once it's time to take an exam, let's say this exam was supposed to happen at 3 to 4 p.m. today, the student can actually take the exam online. Built into the exam system, we have features, security features around locking students to a single tab, ensuring they don't browse away whilst they take the exam and so on. And we're also adding features to capture the student's video whilst they're taking the exam, so that if a teacher needs to review that at a later point, they can review exactly what was happening during the exam or what the student was doing during the exam. We cater for multiple choice exams, short answer, and even long answer questions. Once a student would have submitted an exam, teachers can then grade the examinations online. They can provide revisions and stuff like that. And then this information automatically goes into a report booklet, which is another feature we have, online report booklets inbuilt into the student part of the classroom. So that's a bit of what we have here. We also have automated attendance capturing. So once teachers and students join live class, we can see that we capture information about which lessons students would have taken, and teachers can see this information. The timetables are also online, and there's also an online application feature for the software. So that is really the gist of the software application and a quick introduction to what can be done. What we're hoping to do for the Hack Solve is to build out the user interface. As you can see, we've built a very standard user interface, but it can be improved quite a bit. And we wanted to build the mobile apps for the student platform so that students who can't afford a laptop or parents who can't afford a laptop can purchase like one of the budget tablets and have their child download the mobile app for the platform and access online education. So that's our goal for the Hack Solve. If we have any Flutter developers, or if we have anybody who thinks they can learn Flutter in a couple of hours and kickstart on Flutter development, please reach out to me. We'd love to have you on board for building this out. And yeah, that's it for me, sir.
Awesome. Thanks, Joshua. Well, I'll allow just a couple of questions from anyone about what Joshua just presented. Any clarifications?
Yeah, I have a question.
Sure.
Well, actually, two. One, what where is the data stored for assignments? Is it stored on your server or is it at the school's server?
No, everything is stored. It's a SaaS-based application, so it's stored on our servers, which are hosted on Amazon.
Okay. So is there an option for on-premise implementation for a particular school?
Yeah, there's.
Okay. All right. And two, the framework you use, you mentioned Flutter for the mobiles app side.
Yeah.
So I'm familiar with Flutter. So are you using Angular on the web?
We're using Angular for the web front end,
Okay.
and we're using Laravel for the APIs. For the mobile app development, we wouldn't provide access to the API code base, but we have the APIs hosted online, and we'll provide documentation for the different APIs for the developer to just have the mobile app interact with the APIs and perform its functions.
Okay, good. Standard.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Joshua. If you guys have any other questions for Joshua, we have our Slack group. Feel free to just mingle in there, find out more about each other and so forth. So up next, and we'll head straight through the presentations. Could I invite STEM Guyana to present their app?
Hi, good afternoon. So Miss Karen, she is the presenter, but she got knocked off her internet. And she also wanted me to send a link to the app. So I sent it inside the messaging. So in the meantime, people can play around, and then when she comes on, she'll officially present her app.
Okay, great. So we'll circle back to you guys. Julius,
Yes.
are you at your table right now, your desk?
No, I'm not. I'm still about another 20 minutes from home.
No problem. Diopal, could you share your screen? Show us what you have. Hello. Did we lose Diopal as well? Okay. Dina? Dina, are you ready to present?
You're not going to?
No, I'm here, man. I'm sorry, but yeah, give me 1 sec. I'll present.
All right, so if you guys just came into the stream, the chat, hit the chat button and make sure that you have display name so we can identify you.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
All right, so just a refresher, I will be showing the Iris COVID-19 bot that was built by the Nexus Hub ICT task force. Like I would have mentioned earlier, just a little bit, the primary mode of delivery is done through conversation. So it's built on a conversational AI platform by Clink Inc., which is a conversational AI company based in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So the underlying technology is based on their platform. So this is the web channel that you can access at iris.gui/chat. I'll share that in the where is it? Here. I'll share it in the chat. So if you go to iris.gui/chat, you'll actually be able to speak with it as is. So I'll just do a quick demo of this, and if I have time, I'll show the other app that we've been working on. So I'll just get into it. No, wait, I think I blocked my microphone. Oh, wait, no.
No, we can hear you. It's his screen.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, I'm talking to the bot.
Oh.
Hello? Okay.
I think you'll have dual feed, so you might as well type to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let me refresh. I can start over.
Yeah, but I can't see your screen, by the way.
Huh? Oh, it. Okay, wait, one sec. Okay. All right. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty, good. So let's get started. So
Yep.
I'll just start out by saying, hey, I've been living under a rock. What's this business? COVID-19. So I'm a new user. I want to know what what COVID-19 is. So I could ask what is COVID-19 or anything around that, and it'll basically provide me with a response. It is a speakable response, but Chris, would I be able to show the play the song?
Yeah, you should. Just say I was allowed some. Should I know? Should I ask a question?
Yeah, one second, refresh. And it's
Are you hearing it?
Yeah. You guys can't hear, right?
No, we're not hearing it.
Yeah, it's.
Yes.
I have to give you
you have to take off your headphones and use the
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
And mic from your laptop.
Okay. Right there. All right, I should be unplugged. You guys can hear me still?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this again.
Coronaviruses are a large family of viruses that cause illness ranging from the common cold to more severe diseases such as severe acute respiratory syndrome. Coronavirus disease COVID-19 is a new strain that was discovered in 2019. It can be transmitted from person to person of all ages.
All right, you guys heard that, right?
Yeah.
All right, good. So we can proceed to ask it the various questions. It sort of helps you here to understand what it can do right now. So like you can say, what are the symptoms? So tell me about symptoms.
The following symptoms may appear 2 to 14 days after exposure: fever, cough, and shortness of breath. If you develop emergency warning signs for COVID-19, please get medical attention immediately. Emergency warning signs include difficulty breathing or shortness of breath, persistent pain or pressure in the chest, new confusion or inability to arouse, and bluish lips or face.
Alrighty, good. So as you can see, it provided a response, and then it also gives you just not text-based response. It also gives you links. So when I click on this link, it'll actually open up a CDC website that shows you what are the symptoms. So you can see where the source of that information is coming from, as well as it shows basically a lot more rather than this condensed bit. So one thing that it does is it actually can do something very similar to what Julius's app does, which is it can actually sort of give you an idea if you're infected or not, and what you should do if you're infected. So, actually, that's afterwards. What?
The first thing to do is to remain calm and not panic. If you are having severe coughing or respiratory problems, contact a medical practitioner immediately. Older adults and people who have serious underlying medical conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and lung disease are at higher risk of getting very sick from this illness. Please answer the following questions to know if you are likely to be infected. Do you have a fever greater than 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 38 degrees Celsius? Or are you showing symptoms such as dry coughing, shortness of breath, or difficulty breathing?
So based on my answers, it'll actually go through an entire flow that will basically a set of follow-up questions that will determine if I'm at risk and what I should do if I'm at risk. So for the sake of this, I'm going to say I don't have any of these symptoms here.
Have you come into close contact with someone who has a laboratory confirmed COVID-19 diagnosis in the past 14 days?
Also, I'm also going to say no here.
Have you recently traveled to an area with known local spread of COVID-19?
No.
Are you experiencing any of the following symptoms? Fever or coughing, difficulty breathing or shortness of breath, persistent pain or pressure in the chest, new confusion or inability to arouse, bluish lips or face?
I'm actually having a bit of a cough, so I'm going to say yes.
Unfortunately, there is a possibility that you could have contracted the virus. We recommend immediately contacting the Ministry of Public Health hotline on 2311166 or 6243067.
Yep, so basically that carried me through an entire flow to triage really whether or not I'm at risk or if I'm actually safe. So this is a really quick way to ascertain whether you have initial symptoms of COVID-19, and then you can of course call the hotline numbers here to get direct contact to the ministry, where they'll take your information and move you along the process if you're deemed at risk. Some other things that the chatbot can do, it can give a detailed estimation and a stats, so I can say what are the stats for the world. So there's no speakable here, all right? Yeah, so it basically shows you the statistics.
Johns Hopkins University confirms that there are a total of 3,380,242 cases, 238,477 deaths, and 1,071,793 recoveries worldwide.
I need to look why that thing takes so long to talk, honestly. Anyway, so this data is being pulled from, as it mentioned, from the John Hopkins Coronavirus Resource Center. And they're getting their information from a worldwide API as well that's been validated. You can also ask a specific country. So let's see what's going on in Guyana.
Johns Hopkins University confirms that there are 82 cases, 9 deaths, and 22 recoveries in Guyana.
Right, and then you can ask basically any country in the world. So what about India?
Johns Hopkins University confirms that there are 37,257 cases, 1,223 deaths, and 10,007 recoveries in India.
Yeah, so basically that's the stats portion of the experience.
News competency as well.
Yep. So one of the things we wanted to make sure is that this platform can provide some accurate and fact-based news regarding COVID-19. So we can say what is. I hope it doesn't read this.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. Okay. Yeah. So it basically provides news updates from various sources, and I believe this comes from the Crush COVID website, which was also built by the task force and actually being used by the government of Guyana. I forgot the name of the task force, the NCPF, I believe, to provide information portal for COVID-19 cases. If my internet would load, you would see the
news and updates. Parenting during a pandemic. How to cope. DPI. Guyana. Friday, May 1st, 2020.
Good. Yeah. So this was another product that launched from the Nexus Hub ICT task force. It was just an informational website that shows local news for anything related to COVID-19, as well as stats worldwide and cases for Guyana. So this is actually endorsed and supported by the Ministry of the Presidency. So this was the second application that was built under the Nexus Hub task force. The last one is more of a it's sort of like a very early stage application. It still has a lot of work to do, but essentially the basis behind this particular solution is we wanted to have a platform where accurate decisions can come from regarding the COVID situation in Guyana. And it's sort of tailored towards understanding what is the current situation in households of affected households in the country, and how we could track that information in terms of what are the resources needed for those households, and then provide that information to like the CDC so they can accurately gauge, well, these are the most at-risk areas, so we should prioritize our efforts there versus another area, etc. So this is like an early stage of it, but essentially what the flow kind of works is that you log in, you sign up, you log in, and you populate your household information. So you specify like your location, numbers, how many family members are at risk, how many family members basically are out there every day, how many you use public transportation, any sort of metric that will either um, increase your risk status or decrease it. And then you add like your family members to say, well, these are the members of my family, and then you can see if these persons have complications, if there's any underlying medical conditions, if they're working or not. So again, it all depends on those sort of data collection processes allow the application to ascertain your risk level. And after you would have added like like created your profile and stuff and your family information, you can then go and add the resources that you have. So resources are essentially the list of items you have for your essential survival. So these includes things like, like basic amenities like food, like very basic food, like flour, rice, um, face mask, gloves, etc. So basic amenities can be logged here. This is what you have currently, and you can specify the quantity. And then this information gets sent to a relevant source like the CDC, for example. So they can say, okay, well, we have a lot of persons in South Georgetown who are in need of toothpaste, for example, or in need of rice, and they're severely at risk. So the impetus for this application is for agencies like NGOs and the CDC and even individual public spirited efforts. They can get accurate data about the current needs and wants from affected or high risk areas, and then they can tailor their support channel, their whatever resources they're providing to ensure those persons are basically are supported. So those are like the three main applications we have right now. Like I mentioned, this is sort of now being built out. We sort of have a base, but we want to use at least this hacksaw period to work on this and to streamline it, and maybe even interconnect various other applications that you folks may have um, to make it more holistic and usable. So that's pretty much my
Yeah, and if I may add quickly, Dina, to kind of the ideology behind why we were creating this is that, as you know, there's a lot of efforts in terms of trying to help the at-risk individuals as much as possible. But the way that we're currently doing that, just from the government perspective or even from the different organizations, is in an ad hoc fashion, right? They're making, assumptions about where to like distribute these hampers and stuff, and they're not making these decisions based on actual informed data. So one of the big things that we were trying to do, and specifically with that application, is can we create a general data source, right, of understanding what is the current situation of a household, right, looking at it from both a resource standpoint, an economic standpoint, as well as a health standpoint, and then being able to kind of scientifically, try to project on those responses. So can we like identify silo areas that are more at risk than others, and then direct resources directly to there so that we do it in more of a informed fashion.
Yep. So, any questions regarding the three solutions? I think Agro was asking some stuff in the comments, but
yeah. So one, I just confirm that the last application is built on Apex.
Yes, that's correct.
Good. So I assume that you can, if not expose the location part of the data, because you must always keep stuff like GDPR and that kind of thing in the back of our heads. So I assume you could open the location information and size of household.
Yeah, so we've already talked about that essentially. Like one of the big things we were doing, especially talking with NCTF, is if they're able to essentially endorse this and come up with kind of an adoption strategy that works and gets, let's say, at least a good part of major cities adopted on the platform, then for the other efforts, we probably won't be able to release um, certain information about people, but we can definitely be able to essentially apply data mining to it and provide, consent stuff such as, household, the sizes of households, what are the economic, constraints that people are facing within given areas, and then that can allow other applications and the other stuff that you guys are doing to kind of use that data for whatever it is you want to do, whether it be from a research standpoint or just from a public spirited help standpoint.
Okay, so what was the response in terms of making the data available?
Well, we haven't gotten full, and at this point, we haven't gotten full endorsement as yet.
Okay.
So that's why we haven't had like an official launch and essentially a full adoption period that we have gone through. As soon as that happens, because the reason why we were banking on that is that it's a trust factor. People may trust more so it coming from the government than it just coming from a bunch of tech developers. That's one of the actual initiatives of this Hawks Off as well, is to get eyes on the work that people are doing and just say, hey, we just want you guys to work along with us to get this out there because we're all trying to solve the bigger problem here.
So how do you intend for, somebody in one of the depressed communities to use this? Is it that you're going to have persons on the ground using it? Is it going to be done by the data is going to coming from somebody on a cell phone?
Yeah, so we have multiple actual access points that we can look at as being kind of a data curation standpoint. One that you mentioned is essentially they can have people on the ground who necessarily go about register information. This can also be available as an online application. Right. And then Iris that we showed before, Iris, that virtual assistant that you see is actually available on multiple different channels. So you can actually text it from your local number. You can go reach it on Facebook, right? So that can be one of our communication channels in that, hey, you can talk to a virtual assistant, input your information through a conversational experience that then gets populated into this. So, and that is available. We're working on getting that on WhatsApp. It's already available on Facebook. You can already call into it. You can already text it, and you can already interface with it through the web.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Alan, you want to push forward?
Awesome. So, STEM Guyana, are you ready? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Karen, are you ready to present? Okay. Paul, you want to take it away? Hello.
Okay. Tristan.
Hi. I'm just going to share application that I've been developing.
Okay,
Just
copy
give me a
that.
second.
Sure, sure.
So if you guys can see my screen.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, as if I didn't mention earlier, I'm also a student at the University of Guyana, and one of the issues that I was faced with was that the model, the learning platform that was used was inefficient, right? Also, there's complaints even up to the other day. There was a large examination, and what occurred was that the students was not able to facilitate their examination. So I'll just give a preview of the current Moodle system. The current Moodle system is this currently. I did a survey asking questions, and the students said it was not interactive. Note that this Moodle platform was built using, I think, Drupal or Joomla, a content management system, though it was proficiently implemented, it still lacks the scaling up capabilities that is needed for such platforms. And what my research project is about is testing for the effect, which is the effective technology acceptance model, which is users' acceptance of the technologies, whether they feel positive affection or negative affection. Positive, which means they accept the platform's usability and interaction, or negative, which is that they reject the platform's acceptability. And the platform that I developed was this currently. It's a two-phase interface, which has the lecturer side and the student side, which and basically what my platform was testing was to see whether there's positive effect in terms of using my platform. So the things that I did differently is that I implemented a nav bar, right? Instead of them just coming to the site and having to click around, my project aims to reduce clicking. So by having these tabs at the side here, they could easily access elements of the site. So also what I aim to do is by hovering over here, instead of having to click and to go to different courses, when they come here, they could actually try to, as a lecture, this is the lecture end, sorry, they could actually see the courses here at the side, and by clicking here they could actually go to the content, or they could actually create content. Another element that I aim to investigate whether it would be improving the site's effective technology is whether a site AI or a site assistant would help in the navigation of the platform. And if a simple demonstration is this, I don't know if you can hear the AI, but AI, but when you click here, you're supposed to hear the AI play.
Hi, Tristan. I think if you're using a headset, we can't hear you. If you unplug your headset, I think we can.
I'm not using a headset.
Well, I guess you'll have to raise your volume because we didn't hear it.
All right. I'll just share the. I'll see if it's working on the student end. Are you still seeing my screen?
Yes.
So. So just give me a sec. So this is the student, and I don't know if the AI is going to play efficiently here, but so did you guys hear that?
Yeah, vaguely for me. I don't know what anyone else.
So basically, so
No, I can barely make that out, Tristan.
Well, sorry about that, but basically what the AI does is that it assists the user in navigating the site. So no matter whichever page they're on, they will be able to navigate the platform proficiently. Also, another issue that was found inside of the current Moodle system is that the platform itself could not facilitate group work. And a lot of students were calling for that collaborative element inside of the platform. And I was able to implement it inside of the platform in the messages page. Another element that was missing was the forum, whereas students and lecturers, right? Just excuse me, sorry about that. Computer a little bit slow, right? The students and the lecturers and anyone that has access to the platform can share ideas, share solution to problems. Students can get tutorials, lecturers can view course progress. Another element is that instead of them having to actually click to the course or click to the different elements to get to their resources, they could click on a resource page and get all their resources. And basically, it's just to facilitate better interaction, better usability, and so on. This is the forum page, as you can see, where they would search for topics. They can create their own forum, and they can add pictures, um, and they could choose not to add pictures, as you can see. So if they click science, they will. So if they click science, they will go to a forum that's science, and you will get the comments or whatever post was made for that. So basically, the platform that I was developing is to improve the interaction and capability of our learning facility, or online learning facility, so that the students would not, what I would say is, neglect from using it, or they would have a positive image of using it, basically. And that's my presentation.
Very good, Tristan.
Yeah, that's really, really impressive. You are what year at UG?
Fourth year.
Your final year. Okay. Awesome. I mean, it's definitely something. It's definitely a conversation that you need to have with Joshua and his team, given the realm that the two of you are in. But yeah, that's really impressive under the circumstances. So I may have missed it, but feedback in terms of this compared to the existing system.
So one of the issues that I found with this, because I developed this on my own technically, right? So one of the issues that